All right, welcome back, guys. Passion Profit Podcast. We hope you had a happy holiday and you're starting off the new year right. From the team here with P2P, we wish you guys the best this year, accomplish all your goals and whatnot.
Yeah.
So we just did a 72-hour fast, and it was pretty fun. Mitch, how did you feel throughout the fast?
So I'll tell you what, honestly, in my opinion, the first night and the last night were the hardest. But the only reason I say that is because you're just starting the fast, you know. I know for me, I was laying down in my room. I'm like, fuck, I'm hungry, bro. I was like, if I eat a little snack right now, they wouldn't even know, because like we had an accountability group chat, you know. But don't worry, I didn't eat anything. I completed the 72 hours, and then the last night, we just ended it last night. Yeah. So last night, literally like 2-3 hours before it ended, I was like, fuck, bro, it's only 2 or 3 hours. Like, why not just fucking end it now? Like,
what was your last meal on Monday night?
a tamale.
Just one.
Yeah, just one tamale.
That's kind of weak.
It was like a late night snack, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And you said that the first day and the last day were the hardest.
yeah, what do you think, like, in your opinion?
I think not the first day, surprisingly. I was really scared for work. Because usually I have like one for sure meal, and then like depending if I'm gonna go to the gym or not right after work, like I'll have my meal at like 1 or 2 o'clock. So the hardest part I think was the second day around 9 or 10, and then the last day like 10, 11.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely hard for us because we have desk jobs.
Yeah.
So it's like when you're sitting there doing nothing really, or not doing nothing necessarily, but like it's easy to think about food and like eating. So
but it's also hard for like if you're working, like let's just say you do construction or plumbing, then that would be hard too, because it's like constantly doing whatever that is.
I think it was the second day. I actually had to do some shit and like leave my desk and go to a different warehouse and whatnot, and I was working for like at least 2 hours, bro. And I'm telling you, like, I don't know how some of these fools did 8 hours of working like that, because I was hungry. Like, by lunchtime, I was like, fuck, my stomach's growling.
Yeah. So I think overall, like, it wasn't even my stomach ever, like once or twice or 3 times my stomach was like, dang, I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah.
But the rest of it was all just like my mind being like, you're hungry, or you did a workout, so go eat. Because I did like the first day, we did a little workout, me and Randy. Did some stairs and push-ups and whatever. Yeah. And then the second day I played ball with my brother. And then the third day, like right before, like 45 minutes before I was going to eat, I just lifted. Obviously not too crazy, but just lifted. Yeah. And then ate. But I think like it was just the mindset of like, oh, you worked out, you should probably eat.
Go like reward yourself or go eat something to like replenish.
So the rules were water, sparkling water,
bone broth,
and
black coffee,
2 cups a day.
Yeah.
After 24 hours. And then I did 3 total cups of bone broth, and then black coffee, and then Zins, if you were me.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was talking to Morgan. Like, you think the Zins were a little cheap, like, or not? Like,
if people
not a cheap, but
no. Here's what I'll say. It definitely helped me.
Yeah.
In the sense of just like having something to do, or just whatever.
You know what's actually surprising too is that after 24 hours, you guys were all sending your bone broth and whatnot. Yeah. I tried it twice, bro. I tried that bone broth twice, and I just went the rest of the fast without it. It just tasted like shit. I couldn't drink it. I took 2 sips and I was like, nope, I'm not doing this.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, would you do it again, or would you recommend it?
The fast?
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10,
or on the scale of 1 to 10, how was it to get through the fast?
Oh, it was probably like a 7. Like,
an easiness, like,
yeah. I mean, the only reason I don't give it more than a 7 is because it's not hard, like, at all. It's really just a mental challenge, and like I think Randy's the one that said it or something, like, just don't stuff your fat face, you know. Like, it's true. Like, you're just I know you told me this actually. So think about it, like, you skip breakfast for whatever reason, right? You're at work and you're busy, so you skip lunch. By the time you're off of work and get home, you're like, fuck, I'm starving. I need to eat. Yeah. You know, like, but in reality, you're not starving. like,
You're not.
So that's what I mean.
But
It's like,
I will say though, and this is weird because after we all, like today,
Yeah.
I mean, I got hungry. You got hungry. I think everyone in the chat was like, "Oh, I'm hungry," around 11 or 10 or whatever.
yeah,
So it's weird because we went into the 3 days like we're not eating for 3 days,
Yeah.
and like no one was like on the first day up until about the nighttime was like, "Oh, I'm kind of hungry."
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird because maybe it's like it shows that it's kind of mental.
No,
if
it's
you just
literally
tell
just
yourself
mental.
you're not eating the next day or the next 2 days,
yeah.
I guess you kind of just it does it for you.
Did you experience any like temptations or anything? Like, because I know that. So Morgan came over, right, and she had her food and whatnot, and literally she would just be eating while I'm sitting next to her, and I would look at the food and be like, "Fuck!" Like, god damn.
I would go upstairs and when I went upstairs, or like watch my sister with her little bag of those veggie crackers.
Yeah.
But one of the nights they made some breaded milanesa and some quinoa. Okay. And I was just like, damn.
Like, this is torture or what?
Yeah.
Nah,
Basically.
so it was kind of easy for me, at least at home, because I just barricaded myself. Like, I literally closed the door, locked it, and only came out for water.
I had one more tamale at work that I took with me. And I like, I
saw that video. Yeah.
Bro, that was hard. But
No.
I was like, I just, because I opened up my fridge at work and I'm just like, all right, what's in here?
No, so dude, like, after you did that, I did that later that day, right? And I go, oh, maybe it helps,
Yeah.
Fuck, no, it doesn't help.
No,
that shit made it 10 times harder.
It doesn't help. And then on the second day, a coworker came in with a dry. Maybe there was mayonnaise on it, but like, damn, like it wasn't Scooby-Dooed out, like Randy said, but just turkey, cheese, and the grain, like wheat grain bread.
Yeah.
And bro, I was like, damn. Like that right there, I was like, damn. He's like, I'm eating in front of you. I was like, do it. I want to feel this.
Yesterday, it was our last day and whatnot, but at the warehouse, some of my coworkers ordered toppers, like just like pizza, and bro, the entire place, the entire office space, everything smelled like pizza.
Damn.
And I was like, you fucking assholes, man. I literally went for a stroll. I just left the warehouse and I was like, I need to get outside.
Did you go through any mood phases?
No, actually, it's really surprising. I thought I would be like hangry or go through like some mood swings or anything, but I didn't get hangry. I didn't get like anything. The one thing that I did think was weird, and I told Randy this, was I got bursts of hunger. Like, it was like at random times, like 8 p.m. Damn, I'm hungry. Then at 9, all of a sudden I'm not again. Yeah.
I got like weird bursts of like energy, like just straight. I thought like I should just go for like a 10-mile run.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. It was just really like I would just, maybe it was also just like false motivation, like hell yeah, like let's get it. And then it's just like and then I just amp myself up, but like maybe not really. But I got like weird bursts of energy, and I mean the bursts of hunger were there, but also my only mood swing was like I just didn't want to talk. Like when I did come home, to people or what? When I did come home and like I would go upstairs and like see my sister and like the food, whatever, and then I would just come straight down here and just turn on Yellowstone.
Okay.
I just didn't. I don't know.
You felt like antisocial or something, or like
and partly too, like I don't want to just be a negative Nancy just around everyone or just like angry.
Yeah, you see, and I didn't get like that. Like it's weird. Like I saw,
but
I was just gonna say I saw my mom at the end of the day. I saw Morgan at the end of the day. Yeah. I felt the same. It just kind of like I was like, "Fuck, I can't eat. Like this sucks."
Like yesterday, I know. Like usually when I get my hair cut, I'll like talk a lot with the barber, just like joke around. But like it wasn't even I was in a bad mood. I was genuinely just like, and it wasn't like, "Oh, I'm mad. I need to eat." It was just like, don't want to talk. Don't want to talk.
I mean, that's fair.
I just don't want to talk.
That's fair.
So that was like my only.
Now, would you recommend that other people do the fast, or like, what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, so I would say, I mean, people are, one of the questions was like, why are you doing it? I think the first thing, it's definitely not it's not a diet. It's not used. I mean, clearly we lost some weight, right? I ended up losing like 10 pounds.
Okay. Yeah.
In the 3 days, or maybe 11, whatever. But it's not a weight loss thing. It's not a diet.
Yeah.
So you can't really fully use it for that. There is the health benefits to it, which they say is like cells, like you end up like just flushing out your bad cells, you make new ones. What is it? Insulin resistance towards the end, and then Alzheimer's. I guess it does something with getting all this it basically just flushes your body. So that's the health benefit to it, right?
I think it like removes like cells that lead to like Alzheimer's disease, right? Yeah.
So that's, I guess, what some doctors say. Some people are going to say it's full of crap, or other doctors will, whatever. And then the last thing, I guess, is just like, it's strictly mental. So I would recommend it in the aspect of like, yeah, like why not? Like it wasn't even that hard to just get through it. And it just, I'm like really big on just like messing with myself mentally. Yeah. In just different ways.
No, yeah, I definitely agree. Because in my opinion too, like my mom was like, "Why the hell are you doing it? Are you trying to lose weight or something?" And I was like, "No, dude, I just haven't mentally challenged myself in a long time." And I'm like, "Fuck it, all right, I'm not eating for the next 3 days and see if I can get through it." And
yeah, because like Randy and I'm posting a little reel. Well, not little. It's actually kind of long. But I made my reel. Okay. And then I was like, all right, I need professional reel now. So I sent it to him, and then all the videos, and I don't know, we'll see what it ends up looking like. Okay. But yeah, Randy was telling Josh, he's like, in one of the videos, it's just like, we're just so used to being like, oh, hungry 3 times a day. Yeah. Or there's some people who do 2 or 1, whatever. But it's still the principle of like, I need to eat or I'm going to die. And it's like, essentially, yes, over a prolonged period of time.
Yeah, over a period of time.
But at the end of the day, like, no, not really. You don't, because I was fine. I worked out 3 times a day. We got on calls for this stuff, and we got ready for the podcast and just other things. So I wouldn't say, there was times where I was like, yeah, I can't work right now. Like I feel antsy or just not in tune with working or looking at a laptop. So in that aspect, a little bit of foggy there. But yeah, like, I don't know. It's just, people are just so used to like needing to eat. So yeah, it's just, so those 3 things, the mental part, the health benefit that like we really won't see. And even if at the end of the day, that's all dud and that's a lie, which I think there's at least a little bit, it's like a juice cleanse. Essentially, like, why do people do juice cleanse? Like no one really shits on those. And it's to clean or flush the body. So essentially the same thing. And then obviously you lose a little bit of weight. What do you think was the best and the worst thing about it? For you? Yeah.
The best thing and the worst thing. Let's see. All right. The best thing, I'm actually really glad I completed it and like I actually challenged myself, because like I said, I haven't mentally challenged myself in a long time, you know? And I mean, it's just kind of cool, like little thing to say, like, yeah, I didn't eat for 3 days. Yeah. You know?
It's a little flex.
But the worst thing, I mean, it just in my opinion, has to be temptations. Yeah. Like definitely sitting there with like, either whether it be your coworkers, you smell their food, you know, or like you're sitting at home and you smell the food that's just cooked or whatnot, or, you know, I think that was probably the worst thing for me. Yeah.
Do you think you could have worked out looking back?
Yes.
And not in the sense either like, let me go like hit like full workouts, but like, or do you wish you maybe did something?
You know, actually, I do wish that I would have worked out just to see how my body would have been on it or during that. Because a lot of the time when I do work out, like you said, I just go straight home and, protein shake, fucking whatever my meal is, you know, right away, literally as soon as I get home from the gym. So that's why I told Randy this. And I was like, bro, I don't even want to see how I'm going to be if I work out, because I don't want to be weak for one. And I just feel like it's going to make me hungrier. So that's why, like, I do wish that I would have worked out. But how did you feel like, because you worked out all 3 days, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to just say I did something rather than, and I think I also needed it. Yeah. Like there was no way I was coming home to just sit down. I get off of work at 2. I'm home by like 3 or excuse me, like 2:15.
Oh, that's right. Actually,
there's no way I'm sitting down from 2:15 to,
that's true,
to the end. But I did go to sleep early. Did you? I felt like,
no,
you didn't.
I went to sleep at 10, probably all 3 of those days.
Damn. So I went to sleep at like 9 and 9:30 all the days, and then I slept the first day until I woke up exactly like a minute before my alarm, and then the second day I woke up at 4:30, and then I was just like, and that'll be on the video too. and then I like kind of went back to sleep for like another 30 minutes before I had to get up. And then last night, bro, I was up at like 2:30, 4:30, and then at 5.
You know what's actually crazy is I was telling you this, I don't know if you remember, but during the fast, I would wake up like every hour, every 2 hours.
Oh, so you did. So you weren't sleeping that good.
Yeah, my sleep was shit. Like,
oh, okay.
I just kept tossing, turning, waking up, like being on my phone on Instagram.
Were you hungry?
No. That's the weird thing, right? Last night, I got a full night of sleep.
But you ate.
But I ate. Like, I don't know if it's the food that puts me to sleep and makes me comfortable throughout the whole night or what. But yeah, throughout the fast, I was just, that sleep was shit. Like,
I would do this fast again.
Mm-hmm.
Or like if I were to do this, well, I probably will do that at some point.
Yeah.
The only way I'm going to do this is after like 3 to 6 months of in the gym.
Yeah, so it shreds all like the fat.
So it really shreds down your body because like if you see other people who've done it that are on the leaner side of things.
Like for example, I don't know if you saw that before and after of Dana White after his 7-day.
He looked insane.
Yeah, he looked pretty shredded. Yeah.
54.
Something I was going to ask you though. God damn, I forgot now. What was your question right now?
About if I were.
Oh, there you go. So we did 3 days, right? And the only reason you stopped is because you're taking a trip for New Year's, right? Now, what I was gonna ask is, would you do more than 3 days?
Yeah,
because
I mean we already did 3, so like now you kind of have to try and outdo that. Mm-hmm. I would do, what is it? The other one 7 days.
I honestly, that's the one that I do want to try.
I don't know if you'd have to go to the doctor for it though. Like just to do like a pre-check and then a post-check. Mm-hmm. So maybe if we did that, I mean, I don't think you're going to die at the end of the day. Like if you end up coming up to 6 days or 5 days. Mm-hmm. But then I also don't know the benefit of obviously you lose some weight, you shred down on a health perspective. What else? I don't know. I don't know if it just goes back to what your body looks like and the mental. I don't know if there's anything health wise. And the health thing for me was kind of interesting because like cancer scares me. So like,
of course,
if there's something out there that's like, hey, you can get rid of dead stuff in your body.
Yeah. It actually, one of the videos that was sent to our support chat was apparently a 7-day water fast reduces your probability of getting cancer up to 70%, which is pretty insane. That's pretty insane.
I don't know how they find those.
I don't know how true and what studies they use to find that, but
to our support chat, is that what you called it?
Yeah, I literally called that group chat that we had our support chat.
So we had a group chat. I put everyone in. And I added some screenshots of the chat in the vlog. Maybe we'll put some on this pod.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was me, you, my sister,
Randy and Josh,
and Nick.
Oh, and Nick, yeah. Sorry, Nick. Yeah.
So there was, I don't know, 6 of us. Mm-hmm. We almost all made it. There was one person that couldn't handle, but to be fair, I think he was the only person doing.
Yeah. He was the only one doing like physical labor.
Yeah, physical labor and shoveling all day and stuff. So whatever, he made it like 48, 50 hours.
48's impressive, I guess. You know,
it is.
Yeah.
It's just,
I mean, I wish he would have lasted the full 72. You know.
Yeah. And Randy, when you're watching this, you're trash. You're absolutely garbage.
Because I know
he wanted to quit.
Yeah, Randy did want to quit. I know that Josh would have been like proud of himself, you know, if he did the full 72, which kind of sucks. But I mean, at least he got 48.
Him. Yeah, you outed him. Everyone knows you didn't do it now.
Oh my bad. Whatever.
Who cares?
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? So yeah, I don't know. 72-hour fast. It was fun. If you do it alone, that's probably fun too. But I don't know. Yeah, having people to do it with was kind of cool.
I feel like doing it alone would probably be harder. Don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. Do you think anyone cheated? Did you cheat?
So I didn't
cheat.
Swear
comments,
to God.
Whatever the hell this is. Did Mitch cheat?
Swear to God. Like, honestly, I thought about it a few times.
See, that's bad. I swear I did not think of it once.
And I was like, bro, like, they'll never know. Like,
yeah, that is very true.
Like, they'll never know. You know? But
I don't know, guys.
You guys just kept saying in the chat, like, only you and God will know. So I was just like, bro, that's eating me up. Like, you know? But
I mean, it's facts.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't think anyone cheated, but
I don't think. I will say though, on the first day, and this is going in the in the vlog or whatever is being
your
created,
reel or whatever.
The reel.
Yeah.
the first day, Josh did want to quit on the first day. We're like, dude, do not quit.
We were all like,
so I look at his location, and he's literally in the window line at Chick-fil-A. Please comment if you think that kid ate.
That was pretty
on the
funny.
First day.
Because what does he say? He goes, bro, I'm here with my friends. Yeah. I swear I'm not eating.
And then he's like, I just came to get a stizzy, I swear.
Yeah.
Or we're going to the dispo after.
No, yeah. That was pretty funny. I was like laughing and like wherever I was.
Is that my water?
Which one?
This one?
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
No, but like honestly, I think he cheated. But that's my opinion.
Josh, remember, if you cheated, only you and God know, and he'll take care of you.
I mean, it's also just like, you don't think that it's going to eat you up inside, just be like...
I would just come front and be like, guys, I messed up. Or not even that, like I broke it. I couldn't handle it.
I thought Randy was going to quit, actually.
He wanted to.
The second day.
No. Yeah. He called me.
Mm-hmm.
What was I doing? I was looking at something. And he called me and he was like, dude, I might just like a few hours. So Randy's big thing on this was, obviously it's New Year's. You guys are watching this after New Year's, but it's Friday, the 29th or whatever. So New Year's is in like 2 days. And for those people who are like, oh, why did you guys do this? And then you're going to go get, obliterated. I don't care. Or like I said, we did it for mental fortitude. But the big thing is like refeeding and back into this. So like, obviously we can't just go get trashed.
Yeah.
That's why we're drinking water and not alcohol right now. But
I'm actually pretty scared to drink alcohol. Not going to lie.
There's a lot of carbs.
Yeah.
But Randy's big motivation, and this guy was very strong, and I swear we're going to drop some of these things. But Randy's big thing was, hey, just, make sure you have your eggs or avocado. Don't splurge. You might die, this and that and this and that. Mm-hmm. So this dude uses that as his out to get out like a few hours early. I'm like, Randy, look, if you stop 8 hours early, you're a failure. Because then he went on his big failure thing, like,
is that why?
Josh, remember I told Josh, he's like, he was like, something, if you quit, don't worry, just add this to the long list of failures.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, Randy, you're a failure if you do
we
this.
got to put that text in here.
No, it is. And he's like, yeah, you're a failure. Mm-hmm. And so I told him, I'm like, you don't get your flowers for this. This isn't the AYSO soccer league. And so basically that was his thing, and I was like, he's like, well, I'm going to my parents' ranch, and we're gonna blah blah blah, and I'm like, and I'm going to Virginia.
Yeah.
But guess what? I don't think I'm just gonna die. Like he's like, oh, you'll die. Come to also find out, everyone's like working back into this refeeding. Like I had 2 eggs and avocado. That's how I broke it.
Yeah.
And I call Randy finally, and I'm like, yo, like, what did you end up eating? He's like, ha, my mom, I had a torta. I'm like, dude, what the hell? Dude, you're talking about this refeeding syndrome. And he's like, it was just turkey breast and a torta. And I'm like, dude, come on. He probably had
that shit was Scooby-Doo cell.
Yeah, I already know he put like tamales in that thing, enchiladas, and just like all the recalentada from freaking Christmas.
Christmas, yeah.
Literally every last bit of it sitting in the fridge.
Yeah. But
well, that's the fast. I do recommend it.
Definitely. I mean, it's just a little fun mental challenge for yourself,
Yeah.
But
definitely. I don't know. Let's move into
looking back on 2023.
Yeah, let's go to 2023. So what is something you learned this year? What is something you learned from this year that you would have changed?
Something I learned from this past year.
Yeah, from this past year.
That I'm going to change into next year?
Or don't change, but what's a takeaway you take away from the 2023?
For me, honestly, I feel like I need to find like a healthy work and home balance. Sometimes I feel like I stress too much about what's going on at work and I take it home with me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know, like being able to leave work at work and fucking my personal at my personal,
I wish you took the podcast home with you.
I do. What do you mean?
Just a lot more.
What are you talking about?
Guys, I pulled tooth and nails to get this guy to answer me. No, I'm just kidding.
Bro, literally, I woke up and I fucking look at my phone. Call me as soon as you wake up. What do I do?
Why did I? But you did. You actually did.
Yeah.
And actually, I looked back because I was like, why is he calling me? And I actually said text. Didn't I?
No, I said call. I fucking have a sleepy voice and shit.
And then we were on the phone for 2 hours.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, I could have sworn because I was like, my phone's ringing. I thought I said text.
No.
So, a work-life balance.
Yeah.
Sí. Rusty.
The pod
Rusty, we're on the
dog.
pod, bro. What?
We leaving Rusty in?
I guess. Rusty, lay down. Come. Go lay down. No, not the camera. Jeez, Rusty. Well, this will be interesting. Woo, if you could cut this out, that'd be amazing.
Please, Woo.
By the way,
please.
Woo isn't here. He's sick. So hopefully he's feeling better. Right, where were we? So yeah.
So we were talking about 2023.
Yeah.
What's something you learned from the past year?
Yeah. Is there anything else?
Honestly, this is gonna be kind of funny. But it's just something that, I mean, it happened earlier this year in February. But you don't need to get like obliterated to have fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't need to fucking get wasted every time. But
why not?
I had an eye injury that happened in February.
Okay.
I'll send a pic if we can include it in the pod or something, or clip it in. I don't know. But I pretty much almost lost my right eye. That shit was like,
It was bad.
it was big.
But what the eye injury happened and then it got infected, right? That's why.
Yeah. So actually, what happened was, I went to the urgent care that night. Whatever, got the stitches done, but they let me go with no antibiotics or anything, any medicine, nothing. Mm-hmm. Right? They let me go without it. And then I think it was like 3 or 4 days later, right? It's huge and it's like kind of pussing, and like I'm like, bro, I don't think it should be doing this if it's healing, you know? And then I was pretty much, what happened was I went back to work. Literally as I walked in from into my house from work, it just started leaking fucking pus. Mm-hmm. Leaking, bro, like blood and everything. And I was like, fuck, now I gotta go back to the fucking the urgent care or whatever, you know? Then they fucking be like, yeah, I got infected, like it's full of pus right now, you could have lost your eye. Yeah. And I was like, well, thanks, dicks, because you guys are the ones that fucking let me leave with any antibiotics.
They gave you nothing.
Yeah. And so pretty much what had to happen was they drained it and they resealed it with new stitches. But I mean, yeah, like I'm telling you, you didn't see it in person, did you?
No, I never did. You didn't want to talk to anyone.
Yeah, well, I mean, can you only imagine?
Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
But I mean, the whole incident was my fault, and that's where it was a big learning curve for me. Yeah, is like, all right, dumbass, like this situation completely would have been avoided if you would have been like a little bit
more sober.
Yeah, a little more sober. Yeah. Yeah.
So, do you feel like a lot of the time, like you said, you don't need to get obliterated or super drunk to have fun? Mm-hmm. Do you feel there's a reason that people do that? Or do you think it just kind of gradually happens? Like, let's say I go out and I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting like too drunk. Mm-hmm. But then it just kind of just creeps up.
I mean, it just happens.
And then it becomes like a cycle.
Yeah, it definitely becomes a cycle. But I think it's just like something that happens. Like, you know what I mean? You go out and like, I know we've done it a few times where it's like, oh, I'm going to count how many beers we have. Yeah. And then fucking by your fourth, you're fucking already drunk. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then it's just like, I also feel like a lot of the times it's matching your partners, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Your peers, where it's like, oh, are you getting another one? Yeah, I'll get another one if you get one. Yeah. And then doing it again.
And I feel like eating definitely has something to affect. Like, you don't eat a lot. Like, no, sometimes, like, usually I'm a bit, dude, I just fucking love food. But, like, and don't worry, guys, I don't like junk food. I'm not sitting there like, bring me a bag of hot Cheetos.
Actually, that's funny is that he doesn't like junk food and shit like that.
But I love food.
But I like junk food, and I don't eat main meals.
Yeah, you'll eat like you will eat a bag of hot Cheetos and be like, that was my dinner. Like, let's go out. Yeah. And where I'm like, I kind of need some food before I super drink. Yeah. But yeah, that goes into matching your partner, because it's like, oh shoot, like this guy's on his third or fourth, I don't know, margarita, let's just say, or second drink
or
from
beer
Joe's.
Or whatnot. Yeah.
And then it's like, well, that guy didn't eat. And then, then the rest, how big is the guy? Whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think that plays into it. Like, oh, let's just keep going. And then sooner or later, people fall off. And then,
I mean, everyone has a different tolerance too, so it's also kind of hard. Like, for example, if we go out tonight after coming off of the fast.
Oh yeah.
Bro, we're going to die.
I have a flight at, after what time? We got to leave by 2, Oxnard, Santa Barbara area. So I'm going to Virginia for New Year's, guys. Yeah.
Exciting. Are you excited about that or what?
Yeah. I'm gonna go see Fern. That'll be sick. I just like traveling.
Yeah.
Dude, I filled out and this is kind of off topic. We'll go
Okay.
back into 2023, but I filled out the map that everyone was posting on Instagram, the
Yeah.
like, where have you lived, where have you visited?
Mhm.
And I filled mine out and I was like, this is stupid. Like, or as in like, damn, I haven't been anywhere.
Yeah.
At least in the US. I've been relatively good places.
Yeah.
Florida, Texas, Colorado, New York, other things, like a few more. But I was like, dang, I want to like more. And I've been around the world military wise in different countries, but in the US I haven't. And I want to see the US really bad.
Yeah.
Not on road trip either. I do not want to go on no road trip.
Why
The
not?
farthest
What the
I want to
fuck?
drive is
Yeah.
Arizona at max, and that's because I've done
Really?
it. I wouldn't want to even drive to Texas. I wouldn't want to drive to Colorado.
But why?
But although I would drive to Colorado in the summer,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't want to be in a car. You could buy a $200 ticket, and I'm only 15 minutes away from the airport.
Dude,
So
I've driven from
getting around that way.
Ventura County to Washington straight. The whole
Like,
drive.
Across the country, Washington, or up?
No, like Washington State.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I thought like
yeah.
DC, like Washington that way.
No, not the capital.
I don't
But
know.
like straight. And honestly, I thought it was probably one of the coolest experiences because you go through all these towns,
and I'm sure-
and like you see all these different things, and then on the way back, what we did is we followed the coast. So we went from the way we went there is we went through California, Nevada,
Yeah.
up through that way, Idaho, and then Washington.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then the way we went back was Washington, Oregon,
yeah.
and then California.
down.
So I drove
So you went like that, and then you went that.
yeah, the whole thing. And I honestly, that's why when you said I don't want to do a road trip, I'm like, what the fuck?
So mate, and you know what? I haven't
Yeah.
done much. The farthest I've driven, I've never even driven to Vegas. I've only flown there.
Yeah, I've never driven to
and I'm
Vegas
sure
either.
that's a stupid drive anyway. But I've only driven to Arizona and state-wise out of California.
Yeah.
And that one's just so boring.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I redact that statement. And if someone had a good route for me,
Yeah.
sure, I would do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd rather fly, I think. But let's bring it back to 2023.
Well, what I was gonna ask you actually about that map
Send it.
is what I thought was actually pretty interesting about it was, you know how the blue, or what was it? The blue was the lived, right? Mm-hmm. You lived in Arizona for a while, right?
Dude, 3 weeks, but I put his lid.
Oh, did really?
Yeah, man.
Okay. So, did you live anywhere else? Because when I fucking
On a
did
boat in the middle of the ocean for 8 months.
when I did mine, I was like doing all the states or whatever I've been to, and then Morgan was like, "Bro, you lived in North Carolina," and I was like, "Oh
How
yeah,
long were you
I
there for?
did live in North
6
Carolina."
months now?
Yeah, 6 months in
Yeah,
North
that's
Carolina.
lived.
So I just thought it was kind of like a weird like thing to look back on.
Yeah.
But I didn't know you were only in Arizona for 3 weeks. I thought it was longer.
Well, that goes back in my quitting that I was
Yeah.
going to mention maybe.
Do you want to go into the quitting? Like,
No,
oh,
let's
this is
finish this. I don't want to. People are gonna be like,
Bounce
where are these
around.
guys going?
Yeah.
All right, so that's good. What was the best moment of the year?
Best moment. I definitely liked our travels. Like we traveled to some cool places: Cancun, Vegas, San Diego. You know, all around.
What did we do in? Oh, okay, yeah.
LA for like a bunch of different little things that we did, but the trips were definitely one of the highlights of the year for me. And then I got promoted earlier in the year in the Marine Corps Reserve.
Congrats.
Yeah. Thanks. But
I didn't pin you.
I just feel like I worked hard for that, you know? Like that's something that literally was like long overdue. And I didn't get it a few years back for some stupid reasons. But yeah, like I said, it's just long overdue, so that's why I put it in as like one of the highlights for the year. What about you? Your highlights, your best moments of 2023? Oh, also starting the pod. That was actually one that I wanted to include, but continue.
I think highlights, definitely trips, because I love to travel.
Yeah.
I started off in January. I don't remember where, or I had just got back on last January, we were Papa's and Beer and Rosarito.
Yeah.
So that's where you were with me, yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so started the year off traveling right away, and then I tried really hard to do one flight a month this year. And I didn't complete it. 2 of the months for sure I would have just been like, I just couldn't go for work or just nowhere to go, or if I would have done it, it would have just been expensive.
Yeah.
But the other 2 months that I think it was a total of 5 months I didn't fly. And the other 2 months were the injury I got. But I had a Chile trip that I missed. And then for Thanksgiving, we were supposed to be in Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, in Mexico.
So those 2 trips, and those were the only trips that my parents were, hey, we bought you your flight and your place to stay. So out of all the places I went to this year, there was 2
that you didn't get to go to?
That I didn't go to, and that were literally paid for.
Sucks,
and what's even worse is my stepmom, I bought the Virginia ticket like this week. I don't know when. And then I told them, I was like, yeah, I think I'm just going to Virginia.
Yeah.
And then she texts me the next day or calls me. Oh, by the way, just remember you have your $600 flight credit for one of the airlines. And I'm like,
okay.
That was useful 24 hours ago. This has long passed this.
Yeah.
So I have some flight credit till April.
Oh,
so
nice.
I'll be traveling again before April.
No. Chile, like going back to Chile and then Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah.
Do you want to make those up in 2024 or is it something that
Chile? My stepmom's from there, and everyone from here went. I think there was like 20 something of them.
Oh, really? That's
so at some point in my life, I'm sure that trip will
come
get
up
done again.
Yeah.
So I'll do that. And then PV, we were talking, or Nick had just mentioned it this morning. He's like, yo, what about an all-inclusive in Mex? And for my birthday, for Cancun was for my birthday. I've kind of it doesn't have to be for me, but I think it's like a good month-ish, maybe. Not really, though.
The weather was great.
Yeah, so if we could travel for my birthday or our group that we had, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
So for this one, I think either Hawaii, but not yet. I kind of maybe want to do Hawaii in the summer, but PV maybe, or Costa Rica, or I don't know. But so maybe that'll be made up in May. Yeah. If the weather's good, we have to Google it and see.
It was hot as fuck when we went to Cancun, so I'm sure it's gonna be similar.
Well, that's on the opposite end, though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's.
Well, I don't know. I'm
on the opposite end.
Yeah.
So, we'll see though.
Okay.
But I'm definitely not opposed to it. So the traveling was a highlight. A big one is I bought my house, my first house.
Yeah, that's exciting.
And I kind of forget about it sometimes, even though it gives me so many problems. So that's another one, the podcast, and then the other project that I have. So I think my theme of the year was just kind of just take action and just get stuff done was the highlight, despite all the nonsense that went on this year. That was also just totally crazy. How much stuff I had to deal with life. Yeah, but just typical stuff, right? You gotta feel.
Everyone deals with personal issues. Yeah,
you got
the baggage and whatnot.
You gotta feel. Yeah, and honestly, sometimes when it comes to real estate and having a house, right away, my house, I didn't even get I did get tenants in. Yeah. They were there for 2 weeks or a week, and they were like, yo, the bathroom isn't draining. And I'm just like, oh, all right. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
And it was over it was up there in the rack range to fix it.
Yeah.
Right off the rip. Up there. So that was just damn. That's just one of the things that comes with that highlight. But then it's not going to be that easy. Yeah. It's just not going to be that easy. It's just to remind you, you're still in the real world. So that, and then I ran a half marathon. Yeah, and that was, and then the fast. That. So I think those are my big things. Traveling, buying a house, starting this half marathon, fast.
Yeah, those are all exciting points.
Yeah, so, a few other little things, but those definitely were super sick.
Yeah,
and then just having this a solid group of people around me, I think that always helps.
Any challenges next year? Because you ran the half marathon this past year, or this year, right? So any challenges next year? You guys
want me to do an Ironman?
Yeah.
So look, here's what I believe. I think I could do anything.
Okay.
I really do. I think anyone can do anything. You just kind of got to do it.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll talk about it in a little bit. But bro, if you just say you want to do it and then you put action behind it, even if you fall short, you're gonna be a better man. Imagine that. I'm just all right, fine, I'll do the half marathon.
Yeah.
And also too, I'm not just gonna say, or excuse me, I'll do the Ironman. Then I'm also not just gonna be yeah, I'm gonna do the Ironman and then not train for it. Like I'll probably give it a go.
Okay.
I said I'll do it. Give me like 2 weeks to fully be like, damn, should I do it?
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, all right, sure. Like, yeah, I'll try and train. I think the hardest part is, one, I don't have one of those fancy bikes.
Yeah.
And then two, I don't want to swim the ocean. There's like sharks outside
You have
now.
a fucking pool, dude.
Bro, you can't swim 3 miles or 2.4, whatever
Just
it is.
swim back and forth.
Okay, no, I'd have to go to like a community pool.
Go to the fucking
get, like,
Y or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But the running wouldn't bother me.
No,
now
I mean,
combining everything is what makes the Ironman. So
yeah,
like,
I mean that would definitely be challenging. But
I mean, challenge wise, definitely a half marathon alone.
Okay.
Definitely a half. Neck really wants to do that too.
Mm-hmm.
So probably a half marathon.
Are you going to do a full marathon at some point?
Oh, excuse me. I keep saying half. A full marathon.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, full marathon. Because we already did the half.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So
it wasn't
easy,
but like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. Yeah, it's whatever. And also I don't know why I didn't have an injury, or I wasn't coming off any injuries for that. But yeah, I think the full marathon should be fine.
Yeah.
You kind of just, it's like the fast when you set your goal or when you set your mind to something, I feel like, for instance, we're doing 72-hour fast. Your brain switches to 72, not 7 days.
Yeah.
So at 72 that day, why was it so challenging for us? We were all like, oh, I'm so hungry. Mm-hmm. But if we started it with the goal in mind of 7 days, we wouldn't have been hungry on that third day.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
So same with running a marathon. I went into it with, I'm running a half marathon. And I never fully ran the 13 point whatever miles until that day of the marathon.
Yeah.
I came close, 10, 11, 12 miles, whatever. But I would get tired. I'd be like, oh, I'll just get it. I'll just, I know my adrenaline will push me there.
Yeah.
Now, if I say I'm doing a full marathon, boom, it's set. Now 13 miles will be a breeze. 15 miles. I mean, not completely, but in hindsight, it'll be a breeze.
Yeah. What you're saying is like tricking your mind to going over the original set limit.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think, I don't know why I answered that like that, but what was the question?
I have no fucking idea. I asked you if you would do
the challenges. The full marathon. Yeah. So I guess I was saying that as like, I'm pretty sure I could get it done. I just got to tell myself that that's the goal.
Yeah.
And then, just work towards that goal.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a big runner, so I don't think I'll be joining you guys for that one, but
I found running in the Marine Corps actually before, because leading into the Marine Corps, I had to lose weight.
Okay.
And Menards was like, yo, go run 3 miles every day until you ship. And I was like, damn, that sucks. And then I just started doing it.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh, this is fun. You relieve stress, anxiety, whatever.
Yeah.
So then I just did 3 miles every day. And then I got into the Marine Corps, and then I really just embraced that. And then I got into really big into like, yo, like my guys are going to be top notch. And so then I just would keep running, and then I just ended up figuring out that it just helps. So yeah. What was your favorite trip of all the trips?
Cancun. That's easy. I mean, Vegas was cool, and San Diego and LA, but
yeah,
I feel like those are trips that like you can make it whenever.
Yeah.
Like, when are you really gonna go back to Cancun?
Yeah. I think mine, I don't know, that one's hard.
Well, because you also went to Florida. So.
Yeah, and I went to Halos too.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
That was 7 days of 3 hours of sleep a day. And I'm talking, my cousin and me are the same. Like, we not Ruby, Romelia. You wake up, find me a michelada right now.
Okay.
So we didn't stop. 7 days. I'm telling you, I've never, like, people are like, my liver hurts. Like, that was about the only trip where I was like, sheesh. Like, damn.
Okay.
So whether that one or I mean, Cancun was fun too. It was with all of us. So
I think the group that we went with definitely made it better.
Yeah.
I mean, that always makes everything better. Whether you have a shitty group, I mean, it's gonna be shitty. If you have a good group, it's gonna be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But the vibes were just immaculate as well. I feel like it's hard to match those. Yeah. But.
What do you think? What things helped you grow this year?
You see, and that's a hard question to ask or ask me. But the only reason I say that is because looking back on the year for myself, I didn't challenge myself at all.
Yeah.
I feel like the only main challenge I did was this fast. Other than that, I can't think of anything else I did. You know what I mean? And that's definitely something reflecting on 2023 is that I wish I would have done some more challenges, you know, gotten out of my comfort zone and whatnot.
How would you, I mean, is there anything that comes to your head when you're like, oh, I need to step out of my comfort zone in this way leading into this year?
I mean, for example, like we were just talking about running, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a good runner.
Okay.
But I know if I need to run, I will, you know?
Yeah.
Like, for example, we do PFTs every year, right? You have a 3-mile run in that. Yeah. Bro, I don't train for that at all.
Yeah.
And I go
like
to
a shitty time.
I go to drill, I run a 24, you know?
Cap. He knows the guys who ride it.
I run a 24.
All right, I'm gonna put you on a 24 3-mile myself then. We'll see.
But I don't feel good. My lungs are burning. My legs are dead. You know what I mean? I'm one of the guys over there in the corner throwing up.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
That's hilarious.
But it's like, for example, if I really wanted to challenge myself, okay, fucking, I don't know, sign up for a half marathon or just like same thing that you guys did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. 6 miles works too.
Yeah.
Just
Whatever. You know, yeah.
Comfort zone. I mean, I think a big one too, and I don't know, you feel a little more comfortable, but like over the time of this, like this was major for me.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like stepping out of the comfort zone because you put yourself in the spotlight to be criticized. And I think that's the hardest thing with doing this.
Yeah.
Because everyone's going to have an opinion. And it's, you know, I think anyone's going to have an opinion. And I think that is like the hardest thing. Like I really wanted to do this forever or, you know, I guess put myself out there in a way. Not really like that, but like.
Yeah. You know, something that makes me think about that is like I know that when we started this, you were big on criticism and like you said, this puts you in the spotlight to be criticized. And something that I think about when I think about criticism is that Deion Sanders video when he's like he's getting interviewed and he's like, I don't care about your opinion of me and blah, blah, blah. And how he goes on to say like, if you didn't make me, you can't break me.
Exactly.
You know?
And I think that's definitely like where I'm at now too.
Well, like I always just,
and that was always you.
That's me.
That was your thing.
I'm like, okay, like
that was your
dude.
Thing.
I literally know people are probably talking shit. Like, look at these idiots on a podcast. They really think they're gonna do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's just like what Danny said. It's like, okay, we don't see you doing it though.
Exactly.
So,
and that is my thing too. Like, I look back a lot and like going into 2023 and 2022, like I would like put a lot of people first for like everything. Like I always put myself last. In so many aspects. So I'm not going to list them or be like, whatever. But I feel like I really, you know, try and do things for others.
Yeah.
And not that I don't want to anymore, that I won't. But I think that is like something that I can always say is like, or something that helps me is like, yo, like, I don't even know why I care about what people think about me because I've never asked anyone for anything. You know, my parents, sure. But like, other than like, hey, Mitch, take me to the airport tonight, you know? But
I mean, but
I don't go out there and I'm not like, and I'm not saying people come to me and are like, hey, can I have money? Can I have this? No, people aren't do that either. But I just know that like, I'm not in debt to anybody in this world. Yeah. I don't owe nobody nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I owe like fucking a person a conversation or two or three or four or five. But like, even then I actually don't owe anyone anything or that conversation about anything because I just don't.
And I mean, you have no right to put others first, you know? Exactly. And I tell my mom this all the time because she's a very giving person, you know, and she's a very caring person. But that's also a tricky line because you can be one of the people that get walked all over. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And I think I've caught myself there. And not completely like walked over, but like, I'm not dumb either. I really analyze people. I really do. And like lately I try and like listen to a conversation and then just like hear perspective. Read and hear perspective because you can hear it and then you can read it at the same time. And I try and just notice. Just notice.
I mean, so like the quote goes, like sometimes the quietest person in the room is the smartest person in the room. You know, like the person that has the least to say is actually the person that's just analyzing everybody in the room. You know,
and the problem is I'm never the quietest though either. But like I'm like I'm gifted in both though. Like I really do pick up on some things that like some people just don't think I pick up on. And it's not even a bad thing. Like this is not bad. This is nothing like that.
Not to shit on everybody.
It's not to shit on anyone. It's just like I do understand.
Yeah.
And like, I'm just, not dumb. But I think like going into 2024 and even the rest of my life is, if I want this to progress and I want anything else to progress, like that has to happen. Because if it doesn't happen, I'm going to be toast.
Yeah.
In multiple ways, mentally, physically, emotionally, and emotionally and mentally.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's another thing, like going into 24, just mental and emotional strength and awareness.
When you say awareness of what?
Being aware of where you're at.
Okay.
Right? If I know I'm mentally, for whatever reason, whether it's the podcast just blah, 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 or it has something to do with anything.
Okay.
I need to mentally be aware of how I'm feeling and the way it's going to project to others. Okay. So if I'm just not in a good mood, but I try and like put myself out there to be in a situation that requires me to be in a better mood, I'm going to mess that up. Okay. Right. Okay, yeah. So just mentally aware, or if we bring it into business, like same thing, like, let's just say something business-wise plummets for me. Yeah. Same concept. This concept is really good in day trading. Is it? Okay. Of being like, day trading is so mental because you'll be up $200, but you won't take this was my thing. I'll be up $200. I ain't taking that profit. Yeah. I'm not. Why? Because I know that $200 isn't shit in this world right now. Like, and put that in perspective too. Like, right? Like $200 is a lot, but in perspective, what is the $200 going to do for me? Like, I need a little bit more juice. Yeah. So I'll let a trade ride. And then it'll shoot down to zero. Yeah. And then at zero, I won't even stop. Why? Because I'm like, nope, I want it to go back up because I was not satisfied. Yeah. And then it'll start to go down. And then I'll be like, oh, shit. Okay, now I'm negative 200. Okay, I'll get out. Like,
what is that? What do you guys call it? You trading with your feelings or something?
Yeah, your emotions. Yeah. And that was ever since the day I got shot. After that day, I looked at charts. I've never placed a trade again.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
So October 6th, I've never traded.
Is there a reason or like?
This happened, podcast. Yeah. And it is actually very mentally and emotionally like
draining, or
not
like
draining. It takes a lot. Oh, like, okay. I would be on my phone at breakfasts at places, just like
I remember. Yeah. No.
Like, and I also wasn't like the best. I'm like wasn't a good trader, like whatever. But like, and I also shouldn't have been out at breakfast like with trades. Or sometimes the trade was just writing though too. Like it wasn't positive, and I'm just like just looking to make sure it's not doing anything dumb. Yeah. But there was things in place like a stop loss and a take profit. But still.
Do you think you're ever gonna get back into it? Or
yeah,
like,
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just when you're at the right time or something.
Yeah, just the right time, and like it takes some money, and we're putting some money into this, and I'm putting money elsewhere. So just gotta wait for it. But yeah, and we'll get some traders on, and that'll be another topic.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Ins and outs. 2023. 3 things in, 3 things out, and then we'll go to 2024. What we have planned.
Let's see. All right. Out, number 1 that came to head. Going out every week. I feel like that we've already died down a little bit on that. I specifically have. I was laying in my bed last night. Actually, it was pretty funny. This little side tangent. I was laying in my bed last night, and last night was Thursday, so I was laying there on my phone, and I'm like thinking in my head, damn, there was a time where like, it's Thursday, let's go out downtown. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that one's definitely an out for me, is going out every week. Right? Not to say that I'm not going out. I'm just saying every week. A second out for me, like I said earlier, leaving work at work, Like, I need to stop bringing home the gossip, bringing home, God, this guy pissed me off, or God, this didn't happen today, or you know what I mean? And the third out, I feel like I need to cut out the casual beer, because I'm a big, like, come home on a Monday night, damn, work was stressful, crack open a beer, turns out I have 6 beers on a Monday night. You know what I mean?
I'm so thankful that's not me.
Bro, yeah, that was me for a while. Like, I would crush like a 4-pack of hazies in one night. Damn. On like a Tuesday, just for no reason.
Stop that, man.
Yeah, so that's definitely, those are outs for me. Ins, I want to incorporate like a healthy lifestyle more so than I've been doing this past year. I did start meal prepping, thanks to Morgan. I'll give her the credit where it's due.
Good stuff.
So eating healthier is definitely a big one for me. I want to get back into the gym. I feel like I've been going to the gym, but I just do like a little workout and mainly cardio. I'll get on the Stairmaster, the treadmill, right? Mm-hmm. But I won't hit the weights like I used to, right? So I definitely want to get back into lifting weights. There's just like something about being able to put like 315 on the fucking bench and just fucking slamming it.
I've never done it.
You know? But
close.
Well, I mean, 225, whatever, you know, whatever it is.
75, dude. Come on. I'm not a 225 guy.
Like, you know, what, a 250, whatever, you know?
Whatever.
But, like, there's just something different about being able to put that up. It's like a little accomplishment in my eyes. And then, like, third in, I don't know, like, I don't know, man. Like, it's pretty hard. I can't really think of a third in, you know, at the moment.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right, 2024.
You're not going to do yours? I'm just putting on the spot or what?
3 ins. Mental and emotional toughness, awareness, challenge. Going out once a week.
Once a week? Okay.
Yeah, sure, once a week.
Yeah, this is our one send.
Yeah, let's go about our rules. Yeah. So we're starting this thing. We're going to do 1 send a week. We're taking it from the Nelk Boys kind of, but we modified 1 send a week, 5 days in the gym. The 5th workout can be a walk, jog. I went on a walk with my mom or just some sort of quick hike.
Yeah.
And then the other 4 days have to be a work. And then you're allowed like, no, he's fine. He's fine. Come here. Don't knock my water. And then, so we have the 1 send a week, the gym, and then you could have like 1 beer or excuse me. If you go, let's just say you and Morgan go out to eat, you guys can have no more than 2 drinks.
Yeah, no
more than 2.
I think that's definitely fair.
So I think these are the rules.
Yeah,
and we'll tie it into quitting, and we kind of got to wrap this up sooner or later. Hey, don't knock my water. You know, with the way Rusty move here, go lay down, go. So like the key here is not to quit. A lot of people start things and then they quit. So how do you not quit? And I had this conversation with him and over the fast because my brother quit. And quitting it's contagious. It becomes a habit. And whenever you start to quit, you might notice you quit a few more things.
Yeah, exactly.
So I got out of the Marine Corps. You don't really quit in anything in the Marine Corps. But I ended up getting out, and then I was like big into like kind of entrepreneurship and just like whatever. So I started a drop shipping course. It cost a few $1,000s. I opened it up for 2 days. I never turned it back on again. And now people are crazy and they're gonna be like blah blah blah. In hindsight, I had some money because I just got off an 8-month deployment, and then we got like some extra pay in different areas. So whatever, shit on me if you want. And it's not a proudest moment, but it just goes back into like it just builds you, right? Yeah. Like I know forever that I threw that, like that's trash of me. But that, and then I started day trading. I put in like $400, lost in like 2 days. I was like, oh, that doesn't work. Quit. Okay. So I signed up for a month, quit. And then I got the opportunity to go to Arizona, sell pest control door to door. Now this was coming off an ankle injury, but essentially I ended up wrapping up the bag too. There was emotional crap going on. Yeah. And mental stuff and some physical. And I was like, all right, done with that. So, and by the way, those guys, shout out Eco Shield, they like did really good. All the people that I was with, and they're living it up right now, like big. So if I would have stayed, I may have been rewarded right now, but I wouldn't be here. So I won't change it. Okay. And what doesn't break you makes you. So, those 3 things caught me in like a spiral of quitting, and I was like really scared, and I was like, God damn, what's going on in my life? And then I was like, okay, well, how do we step out of it? I ended up stepping out and like getting some little successes. So my thing about quitting is this: if you make a goal too extreme, you're going to quit. So instead, break it up. Now, part of why I added the hey, if you go out to dinner like once a week, you can have like no more than 2 beers was because I already know that's what I do. Yeah. And there was no way I was going to start this. Now, there's going to be some people who are like, well, just do it. Have mental toughness. Like, okay, kudos to you, bro. Yeah. But no, I'm not doing that. Because that's something I enjoy. I enjoy going out to freaking Nika Ramen with Neck and grabbing a glass of beer and eating my ramen. Yeah. But I'm not using that as my send.
That's fair, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm also not getting obliterated. I'll have like 1 or 2 beers and then we'll be like, all right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, I love just going to dinner with people.
Yeah.
So if you take that in another aspect of like, let's just say working out, you're not a big workout guy. You shouldn't be like, I'm going to work out 5 days a week starting January 1st in 3 months. Mm-hmm. That doesn't make any sense. Say you're going to do 3 days. And if you get 4 or 5, good job. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You also don't want to be like, I'm doing it once a week. Because then it's like, dude, just stop.
Once a week doesn't do shit.
You know what I'm saying? And so you just got to use this, like, I believe if you're going to start something or you're going to say you're going to do something, make it reasonable but still hard and a struggle, and then move it down the line. And like you could always beef it up a little bit. And that's my spiel on quitting. And like I'm gonna tie it into like vision boards or like setting goals. I set up my goals 3 months, 6 months, and a year. In a year from now, we don't know where this podcast will be.
Exactly.
We don't. Mm-hmm. Because if I meet someone tomorrow that's the right person, this can go somewhere in 2 months. Mm-hmm. If I don't meet anyone over the next year, this doesn't go anywhere, right? So you can still set the year goal of maybe a sponsorship, maybe certain people, right? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, you don't know. So if you give your overall year goal and then you grab 3 months of that, and then in 3 months, let's just say we put our year goal, just a sponsorship there, right? Okay. Or just to get some sort of something going, or a certain guest. And then in 3 months from now, I meet Duno. And then I get tapped in with some of them. There we go. Right now your next 3 months and 6 month goal, because your 3 months you're gonna get 4 3 months, and then you're gonna get 2 6 months, and then you just adapt it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I wrote my August 8th. I wrote my year 3 months and 6 months, and I looked at some of them and I was just like, damn, what the hell. So what I did was I got realistic. I went back to the board. I erased my 3 months, obviously, and then my 6 month, I actually wiped it. I was like, actually, I don't like these. Okay. And also things changed.
Yeah.
In 1 year, this also could not be a thing, this podcast. So then we're changing. Yeah. Right? 6 months ago, I wasn't shot. So I thought I was going to be day trading and shit. So I had to wipe some things. With all that being said, you can use your 3 and your 6 months throughout the year to change it. Yeah. And I think 5 is kind of drastic, but 5 years more like a vision board kind of deal.
You go that far? 5 years?
I do.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah.
I do. But I don't have like a list of 5 years. You know, typical like for me, I do want to have like 2 kids within the next 5 years, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe a football team. But you know, like a certain car, right? Or like a certain house, or like married, or you know, travel all of South America, something like that.
Yeah.
You know? All right, that's done with my quitting and vision.
A nice spiel right there.
And I didn't even do the ins and outs. Sorry, but a bunch of the bad stuff is going out and a bunch of the good stuff's coming in. All right, we almost got to wrap it up. Let's see. How do you foresee this year playing? Or you know what? Yeah, is there anything that you're looking forward to? Any trips? Anything that you're looking forward to in 2024?
Well, I mean, no trips are planned yet, you know, but I definitely want to go international. And I mean, I don't have a passport, guys, you know, so it's time to definitely get a passport. That's one of my goals. It's on the list right there. It's number 1. But I don't know. We'll see if Morgan takes me to go get one or something, because I know that I'm not going to fucking go there by myself.
Guys, we need him to get a passport. Yeah. I should not do any pods with you until that happens.
Hey, yo.
I don't know, dude. I've been telling you for months.
Yeah. No, he really has. He's been I think you've been actually telling me like a year now.
Yeah. So some trips you want to do. Is there any big other things? We kind of already talked about it. The ends kind of touch on that, you know, maybe some running and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. I don't know. I'm good. I mean, 2024. I just want to travel. I definitely want to buy another property.
Okay. I'm
trying to do a property a year. I know it's crazy, but like,
I mean, that's exciting. You know, that's sick.
Trying.
Yeah. Do you have any ideas of where?
I literally called my dad yesterday. I was like, Dad, do you want to go into land in Montana? Guys, I'm watching Yellowstone right now.
Dude, this motherfucker thinks he's
for the second time. But
God damn.
No, I was joking. I was like, Utah, Montana, or Wyoming, just like dude, land. There's something about land, even if. Oh, and also I was watching the NBA YoungBoy podcast, and he's like in Utah and stuff right now. So I was just like, I think it's 80 acres. So I was like, there's just something about land. Even if you don't build anything right now, it's like, damn. You know, Steve Harvey talks about like
it's sick. But
at one point, like, you know, there's enough for 7 acres of land for every person in the world. Yeah. I'm gonna get my 7.
Okay.
So, but I want a lot more.
So wait, you said 70 or 7?
7.
7. Okay.
It was one of his things. I don't remember quote for quote.
Okay.
But yeah, buying another piece of land, and then I want to see this go somewhere. Obviously,
Yeah, definitely.
In my other ventures.
Yeah.
But well, we appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
Like I said, hope you guys have a good new year. Hope you guys are starting strong. We will see you guys in the
next one.
The next one, I guess. Yeah. Well, we're recording this in this 2023, but all right, yeah. Stay blessed. Like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate all the support so far. So yeah, thank you guys.
Appreciate it.